Hi, Helga from Helga's Pennsylvania Cooking here. First Tuesday of the month, so you know what that means. Shelf-stable pantry recipe. So this was a true shelf-stable pantry recipe. I went down and looked at what I had on my shelves and brought it together. It's my take on a Mexican corn and bean soup. So obviously you could add other things to it to spice it up, but this was really simple, came together in like 20 minutes, and you have a pot of soup that's hearty and satisfying. And it's got cold here now, so had a little spice to it, which I like to help warm you up. So part of the shelf-stable pantry recipe collaboration is being able to print out the recipes and put in this book. I have the link for the cover page and the spine, be able to print them out and create your own recipe book. The other channels that are collaborating with us to do this is Alderman Farms, Crazy Days, Diane the Canny Nana, Fermented Homestead, In the Kitchen with Karen, Jenny's Scratch Made Kitchen, Linda's Pantry, Mennonite Farmhouse, Prepper Potpourri, Sutton Stays, and Tuliloo Creates. So keep an eye out for them. All of us have pretty well been doing this since, oh, I bet you it's been at least since the end of spring, beginning of summer. So there's quite a few recipes to add. I have to update the playlist to include all the latest ones, but there's a ton of stuff and so many different things. So it gives you a lot of good ideas, and especially for what I consider pantry staples, really helps you out. So let's get to it. The ingredients today for my take on a easy Mexican corn bean soup is I have black beans, chickpeas, kidney beans, 2 cans of corn, evaporated milk, the tomato sauce. I've got, this is some, somebody gave me some chili lime seasoning, which kind of goes with the profile that I want to do, and some chipoltes. Rotel peppers and stuff would be fine too, but hey, it's a shelf-stable recipe. I went and picked stuff off my shelf, so this is what we got, and we're making soup. I'm also throwing in a little butter, and I'm going to throw in some onion flakes to go in it as well. That's an add-on, but this is kind of what I do when I cook and I don't have a recipe I'm going by. So we're going to develop it together. With Lent coming up here in not too distant future, this is also a good dish for that because it's meatless. So it makes it a lot easier. We'll just do this so the onion gets toasted. I'm going to add my beans, and I am including the juice with the beans. I want that flavor, and there's not tons of it to begin with. We'll add the corn. My chipoltes, which is peppers in an adobo sauce. Get these broken up a little bit more. And they'll come apart when I get this simmered down. Add the tomato sauce. A can of evaporated milk to give it the creaminess that it needs. And part of a packet of our chili lime seasoning. And we'll see how this simmers out. I might add a little more. We'll see what I think of it. I added a little bit more of the chili lime seasoning because I felt it needed a little bit more. And I forgot I had a jar of my own salsa that I canned. And I'm dumping that in. There we go. Ooh, that's going to be good. And I'll bring this up to a simmer and let the flavors marry for a while. And it's done. Now I might add, you could do this in a crock pot really easily. And this is also a soup that tastes good, like if it sits overnight, so all the flavors go through it. But it came together in like 20 minutes, and you just can't beat that, I think, for a good soup, hearty soup this time of year. So, you know what comes next. There you go, you can see what it looks like. Nice and thick. All the goodies. And for the taste test. Still a bit warm. Ooh, that came out really good. I didn't use the whole packet of that seasoning mix. I probably used about 2/3 of it, and that's given it some nice heat. And then I added my own jar of salsa, which gave it some good zip to it. Really has given it some good flavor. I bet you tomorrow after this sits a day, it's going to be really good. But that's nice. And the other thing, you could use chicken broth as a base liquid for this too. I wanted the creaminess from the evaporated milk. But you could also use chicken broth if you didn't want a creaminess in it. That's also really good and lends a lot of flavor. So that came together quick. It's cheap. Satisfying. Pretty low cal too. If you did the chicken broth versus the evaporated milk, not that the evaporated milk was that much, it was a whole can for a pot. There's like next to no calories in this. So that's a win. Not that I really count those. So, anyhow, that's, once again, a shelf-stable pantry recipe, my Mexican corn and bean soup, or my take on it from a shelf-stable pantry recipe standpoint. Once again, go ahead, check out the playlist, check out the other channels participating and print out their recipes. A lot of really good ideas. Alderman Farms, Crazy Daisies, Diane the Canning Nana, Fermented Homestead, In the Kitchen with Karen, Jenny's Scratch Made Kitchen, Linda's Pantry, Mennonite Farmhouse, Sutton's Days, Two Lady Creates, and Prepper Potpourri. And Prepper Potpourri was pretty much responsible for doing this collaboration idea, and it's been a lot of fun. So, once again, my take on Mexican corn and bean soup and the shelf-stable pantry recipes.